It is impossible for Trump to keep a sane thought in his head. First, on the trip to Japan from Malaysia, where he's met with protests, he said that he had the best MRI anybody had ever seen. I don't even know what the hell that means. I've had MRIs for my before I had my knees replaced and my hips replaced. I don't know if they were good or bad. Nobody ever told me where they ranked on some scale. All they do is take a look at things, for God's sakes. Who ever heard of saying you had the best MRI ever? I think if they examined his head, they'd find nothing inside, and that would be a confirmation of one of the things we all know. Then he explained he had a bunch of cognitive tests that were very hard. He had to uh, he had to say what was a tiger, what was a giraffe, and what was an elephant. He identified the elephant by looking in the mirror. Then he told the Japanese emperor that he had solved 8 or 9 wars, and he'd almost thought he should do it as a hobby, but it's really more serious than that. But he went on and spoke about how he'd interfered in the Argentinian election that was just held, but that was fine because he made a lot of money with it. Because you'll recall they put 40 billion American dollars into that. He went on when somebody asked him about the World Series to say he doesn't watch it because of Pete Rose being kept out of Hall of Fame, and they should put Pete Rose in before he dies. Well, that would be a real trick. Um, the Meanwhile, Mike Johnson, while his Republican colleagues haven't worked only 12 out of the last 96 days and are not to be seen either in the Capitol or talking to their constituents, has explained that they should be paid because, quote, they're doing some of the most meaningful work of their careers. So if that means keeping their mouths shut and not doing anything, maybe in fact he's right. But it's an affront to those people who are working and aren't getting paid and don't have health care coverage. Meanwhile, Secretary of Transportation Duffy, who you recall a month ago said he's all in favor of Musk building a nuclear power plant on the moon while they're shutting down energy sources on this country, gave Trump credit for a Japanese launch of a missile. Well, the Japanese built the rocket, they launched the rocket, it's being operated by a Japanese astronaut and will eventually be hooked up using a Canadian robotic arm. It has absolutely nothing to do with the United States or President Trump. God, these people are unbelievable, what they say and what they don't think, and where they come up with this stuff. It's worse than reading about green eggs and ham.